Hello, I'm Kym Zest, and this here is Pigeon. Welcome. I see there are two of you tuned in. Thank you for joining me. If you joined early and are foam rolling, feel free to continue to do so throughout the intro. Otherwise, you might use this time to finish setting up. You might want to play music. I will not be playing any on my end, but you're welcome to on yours. And then I suggest having lots of different kinds of props with you. Soft, flexible props, such as yoga mats. I'm a fan of having blankets. Folded towels also work. Softer, thick props, such as these pillows. And then thicker, stiff props, such as the yoga blocks or foam rollers. Books and Tupperware can also work. And then any other props you have in your home or in your surrounding areas. So walls, doors, door frames, chairs, yoga balls, who knows, whatever else you have available to you. You're going to find lots of ways to help make this a better experience for you. So the benefit of doing this practice on YouTube Live is knowing that we've set aside some time for this, yet also really being free to have your own experience, that there's no one watching you. You can do whatever you need to do in this time to serve you, knowing that you're not going to be distracting or disrupting anyone. We'll begin with a short movement flow, followed by a seated meditation. And then tonight we'll be doing 3 yin postures before final relaxation. If the posture or movement doesn't suit you, you are welcome to do a exercise, a posture, or meditation as a substitute. There will also be transition time between each yin posture, so you can use that time for stillness or exercise of your choice. During this time, there's no right position or correct alignment of traditional poses because we won't be adding any force and there is no progression goal. For each yin posture, I will demonstrate several different setups to feel lines of fascial tension, that connective tissue that runs throughout your body. I'll begin with minimal props and then add more props and more variations. While I demonstrate, I really encourage you to explore different positions, different propping, different ways to get in and out, different levels of intensity, even if you've done it many times before. After my demonstration, I'll return to a seated position to watch the time for 2 to 3 minutes. Whatever position you end up landing in, for those 2 to 3 minutes, I want you to feel comfortable enough and supported enough to release all muscular holding and tension while experiencing quiet sensations. This is a practice of patience, stillness, and subtlety. Let's begin. So for our movement flow, I'm going to have padding underneath my knees. Then I'm just going to bring over my blocks, collar prop. I might want that later. So I'm going to start sort of standing on my knees, and you can have your toes pointed with the top of your foot flat on the floor or mat, or you can tuck your toes. You might even just experiment with which variation feels better for you. So I'm going to start standing. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, press my hips forward, and I'm feeling strength in my glutes and my hamstrings and in my back. I'm feeling an opening in the front of my body from my ribs down. I'm going to inhale here and then exhale, return to sort of a kneeling seated position. Inhale, lifting up, squeezing and opening. Exhale, sitting back towards my heels. Changing the foot position, just trying a different option here. And continue to flow on your own breath at your own pace, finding the movement or the variation that feels good for you. And taking another round or two. And then once you're done, feel free to take a little transitional movement. And I'm going to come back up to standing on my knees. It's tall kneeling position. I'm going to arms out to the side. Bookcase there. Arms out to the side. And I'm going to inhale here. Exhale, twisting, looking over the back hand. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twisting through your ribs, through your shoulders, hips stay square. Flowing at your own pace, on your own breath. Taking another round or two. And then again, just taking a transition movement of your choice. Maybe rolling the neck, shoulders, perhaps waving through the spine, rocking the hips. And then this is where I'm going to introduce an option for having an object to reach for. In some cases for this movement, you'll end up having hand to foot, but in other cases, you might want to have something taller to touch, and you can have it on either side of your foot. You'll just experiment with what feels best for you. So from here, I'm going to take a breath, a round of breath. And then I'm going to begin by pressing the hips forward, squeezing the glutes, reaching back for my foot, the ground, or my object, reaching the other hand up, twisting through the torso and pressing the hips forward with the glutes. Taking a round of breath here. And then returning, letting the abs and hips come to a more neutral position. Pressing the hips forward, twisting through the torso, coming to whatever level feels best for you, keeping the shoulders and neck relaxed. Breathing deeply, returning to neutral. Do a couple more at your own pace. Then when you're ready, taking a little transitional moment. And we'll do the other side. So one side might feel very different from the other, so take it slow as we try this side. So starting from this neutral position with a neutral pelvis, neutral ribs, and then engaging the glutes to press the hips forward, opening and lifting the chest, twisting through the torso, keeping the shoulder and neck relaxed, finding whatever position, whichever target opening. Find your breath. Coming back to neutral. Pressing the hips forward, opening through the hips, opening through the chest, twisting through the torso, finding the level, angle. And just taking 2 more of these at your own pace. And then any transitional movement that you need, and whenever you're ready, getting set up for our meditation. So as you take whatever movement is calling to you, that you might be comfortable, seated still for a while. For our seated meditation, we'll be here for a little while, so it's important that you find a seated position that truly is comfortable, not one that just looks like it's a meditation posture. So it's 100% okay to just sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. You just want to feel like you're sitting in a tall, upright position and that you're not just sort of slouched into your couch. But comfortably seated. So you might be in a chair. If you are on the ground, I really suggest being propped up on something. So you can sit up on a variety of objects. You can sit with your legs crossed, with your legs out, with your legs bent, your legs folded back. So whether you're sitting on a chair or a ball or just a pillow, finding the position for your legs so that your spine can feel comfortable and tall. You can have your palms down, up, or clasped in your lap. You can have your eyes closed or a soft, steady gaze on the floor in front of you. Taking this time to re-arrive in this space at this time and in your body. Practicing observation without judgment or response. Allow yourself to become aware of all the sounds that reach your ears, whether they are near or far, on your end of the camera or mine. Allow them to all equally reach your ears without assigning any meaning, without needing any analysis. Now bring your awareness to the surface of your skin, to the exterior of your body. Notice where you are making contact with the ground, with your clothing. Notice your body's position in space. Drawing your awareness deeper inside of your body, in your muscles, your joints, in your organs, your digestion. Allow yourself to notice these sensations without any need to label, to analyze, to respond. Simply observe them. Bring your awareness to your breath without any active need to change your breath. Simply observe its rhythm, its sensation, its movement. Allow yourself to observe thoughts and feelings, and with all our observations, observe them, but do not attach to them. Watch them drift in and out of your awareness like clouds. And between these observations of thoughts or feelings or sensations, come back to your breath. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Feeling your breath become active. And then nod your chin towards your chest. Opening your eyes and reintroducing movement. Rolling wrists, shoulders. So we'll get ready for our first Yin posture. So I'm going to fold one leg in front of me. And this folded leg might be angled steeply back towards my rear leg, or you might choose to have it more kicked out in front. Just depends on where you want to feel it and what feels good in your body. What we're aiming for once we relax into the posture is to feel a lot of fascial connection and tension that will release throughout the hip of the front leg. So generally the outer hip, sometimes in the inner thigh as well. So picking that angle, and then we want to find a way to relax so that gravity can assist us, so that we aren't holding a lot of tension and muscular effort. And so you might find that you can completely relax to the floor. But in many cases, that is so intense that your muscles will contract to resist the stretch. So finding ways to prop yourself. So I might prop underneath my hip. I might prop underneath my chest. I might prop underneath both hips and my forehead. I might want more chest propping. Use my hands to prop my forehead. You can also play with the angles. So you might feel better to lean your entire body off one direction or the other. So go ahead and experiment with different propping and feel free to explore props and other ways that I haven't even begun to touch. I know in my own practice I have certainly found other ways to prop that was never shown to me in a class. But if you sort of wiggle around and explore the areas of tension in your body and you find a place that if you prop yourself there, you can tell that it feels good. It's a welcome, gentle stretch. Then allow yourself to whatever shape that is, whatever propping you've figured out, go with it. So wherever you've landed today, let go of the fidgeting and settle into stillness. With each breath, trusting your props, the floor, and your body. Letting go of resistance. Allowing yourself to melt. Always coming back to your breath. Gently lengthening and deepening your breath. Feeling your breath in this place. And then using these breaths to help you gently come out. And in no rush, sort of just reintroduce movement. Anything that feels right for you. Maybe some twisting, maybe some bending that other leg. Engaging. And then taking any transition. So you might choose stillness, simply lying on your belly or your back in a neutral place, or you might choose more active counter pose. And then we'll set up the other side. And if you are like myself and everyone else I've ever met, your hips will not be equal. So this side might need something different. It might need a different angle. It might need different propping. It might need different support. Whatever works for you. So gently finding the height, the angle of the front leg. Adjusting your props. Even just a matter of where you put your hands might change how you experience this posture. And then settling in. Allowing yourself to get lost in the ever-shifting internal sensations. Some might start out loud and then fade. Others might start off soft and grow. Simply allowing for change without needing to create it. Gently lengthening and deepening your breath. Using your breath to help you gently come out. Introducing movement. And taking any transition that calls to you. Okay, so for our next yin posture, I'm going to be in a standing, essentially a version of a standing forward fold. And the nice thing about this is that gravity can really assist you so that you can hopefully relax into the posture and really let gravity carry you into the posture. The downside is that sometimes gravity can be pretty intense, and so just be mindful on how you prop. The other downside, or potential downside, is that just because we're standing, you have to use some effort to just keep yourself from toppling over sideways. So be mindful that we want to be using only the bare minimum of strength to be in the position, and no more, letting everything else go, which is a really good lesson in efficiency. And then just setting yourself up in the propping so that you really can feel safe, that you're not going to end up going too far. And then I'll just be very mindful that we won't be in the position for any more than 2 minutes. So I'll certainly let you know when that time has started. So you might want to just even watch for the moment the setup without setting up yourself. So without any extra props, I've got a couple of options. I can do a standing forward fold. And in this case, I'm using my bookshelf, but when I do this elsewhere on my own, I don't use my bookshelf, I'll use a smooth wall. So a smooth wall, a smooth surface of any kind. So, but when I do this, I put my back up against, leaning in. And then how much support I get, so I might use blocks so that I feel like I'm protected from going too far. I might use a prop underneath the heels. I might use just an adjustment of the angle. Other options are to actually put your back or your butt up to your wall. And again, different props: forehead, forearms, heels, toes, how you lean against whatever it is that you have that's nice and sturdy. So go ahead and start fidgeting around. If you haven't already, start trying different props. Try facing forward into your wall or door frame or whatever it is that you have. Try facing away. And now, wherever you have landed, whatever you have for today, see if you can play with how much you can let go. Hold on only to what is truly necessary. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Feeling your breath in this posture. Feeling the movement of your breath. Change the sensations. And then gently reintroducing movement. Shifting your weight wherever that is. Depends on whether you're facing forward or backwards. Whether you want to stand all the way up or come down to the floor. Take whatever transition is calling to you. Standing, stretching up tall. Or simply lying down. And then for our last yin posture, lying on your back. I'm going to cross left over right, and I can choose several options. A loose cross, left ankle over right knee, or a tight knee to knee cross. So choosing that cross, level of cross, and then I'm going to choose whether my foot kicks out, my legs fold down away from me, or maybe they go straight off to the side. Or maybe I hug them up towards my chest. And then I might choose where to put the other arm. I'm looking for a line of fascial tension in the hip, but also through the torso. And it'll really vary depending on whether you've chosen which position. You might feel it more in inner hip, outer hip, left, right. And then as with anything, finding out where you could use some propping, whether it's underneath a foot, underneath a knee, underneath an arm. And then settling in. Savoring stillness and your breath. Every time tension creeps back in, or distraction pulls at your mind, or discomfort tugs at your body, come back to your breath. Allow those things to pass. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And then gently unwind. And you might choose to simply lie on your back. Notice the effects of the posture. You might choose more active counter pose. And then when you're ready, beginning to set up the other side. So this time I'm doing right leg over left, and I can do that very open cross of ankle over knee or the tighter cross. I can have my legs fall down out to the side, so I take that standing left leg and kick it out. Or I can leave this standing leg and glue that foot to the floor and let the hips fall. Or I can pick that standing foot up off the ground, hugging towards my chest and then twisting. And then finding whatever props feels right for you. Adjusting on this side, knowing that this side might need different things, different variations, different props. Gently lengthening and deepening your breath. Gently coming out. And taking whatever transition you need before our final relaxation. And getting set up for a final relaxation here. You might choose to simply lie flat on the floor, but you might want support underneath your knees or your head. Might want to cover the eyes or wrap up in a blanket. As you lie here comfortable and supported, let your mind find ease in watching your breath flow in and out like a wave. Gently lengthening and deepening your breath. Gently reintroducing movement, spreading and squeezing fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Stretching however you feel you need. And then while lying on your back, hopefully we're feeling very ready for bed, but before we do, lying on your back, put your palms together and rub your palms together. Getting a little friction heat going before placing your palms over your eyes. letting your fingers massage your scalp. Your brow. Your temples. Your sinuses. Your jaw. Your ears. Give your ears a nice tug. Behind your ears, the back of your neck. And then hug your knees into your chest, curl into a ball, roll onto your side. Use your arms to help you sit up gently and slowly. Then we'll conclude with 3 breaths together. We'll inhale through the nose and then exhale audibly out the mouth. Together, in through the nose. One more. Thank you to the 4 of you who joined me tonight. I can know from YouTube statistics that there's 4 of you, but I don't know who. You're welcome to just shout out in the chat or email me. You can email me. You can just say hello, so that it's nice to know who's on the other end of the camera. You can also send any questions, feedback, thoughts, experiences. You can do that in the chat. You can also email me, Kym, Kym, @zested.net. And then you can visit our website to join our mailing list and stay in touch. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. And we would really love to continue doing this, but we need to see numbers kind of come up. 4 is good, but we could really use a little bit more support in both numbers and donations. So whatever is good for you to help continue this programming, you can donate to paypal.me/zested, and you can share with friends and family and spread the word. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this going after Thanksgiving, but if we don't see numbers increase, we'll have to reassess how we provide or if we can provide this service. And then keep in mind, you can always do the past recordings of these programs when you can't make it on a Sunday night. So thank you. And I don't know where Pigeon went. I know she's the star of the show, and apparently we're not bribing her enough to be on camera. Thank you so much. Have a peaceful night.